This will begin to make things right. I've traveled too far and seen too much to ignore the despair in the galaxy. Without faking Star Wars radio, there can be no balance in the Force. That's right, it's another great episode of Faking Star Wars Radio, the official podcast of FakingStarWars.net. This week, we have a product review, listener mail, some riveting commentary about Star Wars merchandise, a duel of the fakes, and of course, much more. With me today is IG69 and Teeb. Say hello, Teeb.
Hello, Teeb.
And how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. I've missed you. I need my big cuddly stormtrooper.
Oh, it's been too long, yes. I was staring. I have a picture of you above my bed, and that just hasn't been cutting it the last few weeks, so.
Well, you're always wearing that helmet, so I just have to use my imagination.
Yeah. You see, underneath the helmet actually is another helmet, so that's why it doesn't matter actually if I'm wearing it or not.
That's exactly how it is in my imagination. That's fantastic.
Great minds think alike. You've been doing a little traveling. You were on the outer moons of Bespin, from what I understand, for some kind of celebration.
Yes, that is the rumor. We were there celebrating our matrimonials, and I am sorry I am off the market now, ladies. I am still
and
100%
men.
gorgeous.
Don't forget the men.
But, well, yeah. Everybody. I'm off limits for everybody.
For
I'm pretty
tauntauns,
sure
for huts, for rancors, you are not available.
I am not available. I'm off the market forever.
Very good. Well, we give you congratulations for that. So, and if you go onto our website, you can see that we are selling T-shirts. And if you have been married in the last month, you can type in the code word Goober, and you'll get a free 1% discount off of every T-shirt over any order over 100 T-shirts. So, buy 100, get 1% discount if you've just gotten married.
That's very generous.
Have you taken advantage of that offer, Teeb?
I've already bought several things that have my wonderful face on them, so I don't care what the price is. I'll pay a million space bucks.
Well, we do have a lot of great new designs, wonderful for the holidays, and I just wanted to let people know there is a sale going on, an actual, not fake, real sale. And this sale's going through, I believe, until December 13th. And then again from December 15th to the 17th. So you got a few days in there where you can get some great deals. $14 T-shirts. Everything is on sale, though. That means $35 hoodies, $22 phone cases, all kinds of great stuff for the holiday season.
Merchandising.
That's right. And, that actually is apt because this entire episode is sort of loosely themed around merchandising.
Nice.
So, yes.
Almost like we planned it or something.
Well, a little bit. It's been a busy month here in Faking Star Wars Land, but we try to put a few minutes of thought into this episode. So, yeah. Well, that leads me into our next segment, which is an actual product review. And I hope that the delivery man arrived with your shake. We're reviewing Dex's Diner's Life Day shakes here. This is a new product available in Star Wars Land. Did you get your shake, Teeb? Go check the door. It might be out there.
Let me go check the door real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been enjoying my shake for the last 20 minutes. It's a very large shake, hand-whipped by Dex himself with 4 hands, so it's extra creamy. Did you find it there, Teeb?
No, I have some steaks, but not any shake. Let me see if I can. I do think that we actually purchased one of those the other day, though.
You do have one, so maybe it's in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I do. I just don't think that they delivered it because that would just be weird. Somebody delivering me a shake to my door, I would never accept a shake. I mean, you're a lot braver than I am, I guess.
Well, I ordered it, so I was expecting it.
Yeah, but a shake?
Absolutely. When you try it, you'll know why you need to have delivery.
There were a lot of boys in the yard, so that would explain that.
Well, Dex's shake is creamy, made with the finest organic, unpasteurized bantha milk. And I guess from what I hear, the spices in it are designed to give you that feeling of Life Day, with just a wonderful, comforting flavor. And they're shipped in all the way from the outer moons of Kessel.
Really? Kessel?
Yeah. So what do you think of the shake?
I can taste the slavery.
The slavery, yes. Every shake is made with the blood, sweat, and tears of slaves. And I find that to be, a little bit disappointing. I didn't take Dexter Jettster to be a kind of slave driver, but on the other hand, you don't want to judge people too harshly for things that they're forced to do for economic reasons.
He does have a lot of those hands, so he has probably a lot of mouths to feed with all those hands that he has.
Yeah. So the Life Day Shake, it's only available for a limited time. For me, this kind of product marketing strategy always left me with a bad taste in my mouth, because if I enjoyed the product, then I feel like I have to go out and get it every day. And then what happens is I experience that, law of diminishing returns, where each time I try it, it gets a little worse because I've had to try it so frequently.
Well, I found that if you put hot sauce in anything, it helps.
Oh, okay. I'll have to try that with this one. That might be a good suggestion for next year's Life Day Dexter Jettster's Shake. Good. Well, we're going to start doing more of these product reviews. If you have an idea for one, you can definitely get it to me at DuperStorm on Twitter. Or what's your Twitter, Teeb?
My Twitter is new. I'm new to Twitter now. Finally, I am on Twitter. And my Twitter is TeebRontor. That is TeebRontr.
Great.
TeebRontor.
Good. And for people who insert an E in there, there's a special place in hell for you for your poor spelling skills.
This is true.
Because I wanted to spell it Ronter, like, Ronter, but I realized that you don't need that extra letter.
No, there's actually an apostrophe after the T and between the T and the R, but Twitter are stupid. They haven't figured out the edit feature yet, and they haven't figured out how to put apostrophes or any really cool characters in usernames. So I have to make.
Now, does that apostrophe represent like a difficult to make sound in your native language that you can't really transcribe into English?
I could, but I will ask the listeners to please be advised that it is probably going to be rather loud.
Okay. And
obnoxious. So if they are ready, I will at this time give them the apostrophe noise.
So is this like a... Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, can I have that one more time?
This is the noise.
Oh, that was the noise. Oh, okay.
No, this is the noise.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up.
Oh.
It's going to be rather loud, so I'm just telling anybody that has, that's listening to us very closely, intimately with their ears, that they might want to,
or with their nostrils,
or whatever they need. Here's the noise.
Ah, okay. That sounded like an uvular ejective egressive fricative to me. Is that how they describe it?
No, they describe it like I just went.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, if you'd like to get at Teeb or myself, we're there waiting for your ideas. And don't forget to check out any new developments in product leaks on the website, fakingstarwars.net. Duel of the Fakes. Duel of the Fakes. So, Teeb, it's time for everyone's favorite Star Wars-related comedy satire game, Duel of the Fakes.
That's right, Duper. And I, the mighty Teeb, have a duel for you this time.
Wow, my expectations have been subverted.
I am all about subversion. I learned it from Ryan Johnson.
I think it's Johnson.
Yes, there's a schwa in there, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is our little Sithmas present for you, because you never get to do the Duel of the Fakes. You always know all the answers, and it doesn't seem fair to me that you always get to know all the answers and you never get to play. So it's kind of like how Alex Trebek never gets to play the Jeopardy I think that it
Aw.
would be nice for you to be able to play the Duel of the Fakes.
Oh, I have this thing in my eye now that I'm feeling, but I can't wipe it away because of my helmet. I think it might be a tear.
That's okay. I'm happy that we're pleasing you. But this theme for this duel is actually inspired by you.
Really?
That's right. The theme is stormtroopers.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Well, if I don't get this one, then I'm going to have to face some serious dire consequences.
That's true, because you're the master, and now maybe I am the master. I don't know. I'll just say I'm the master. I think that sounds better. I'm the master, so deal with it. This time, anyway.
Teeb the Master Rontour.
Yes. Ron. Her. Yes.
Careful, you're going to get a hernia if you say your name too many more times.
It's kind of like Beetlejuice. If I say it three times in one night, then I explode. And I have to like put myself together like T2, and it's a whole thing, and it takes like 12 minutes. And
oh gosh,
it's faster than Deadpool, but not much.
Speaking, aren't they making a Beetlejuice sequel? I know this isn't a theme or part of the dual tip for this week, but I thought that is a done deal.
They've been talking about that for a long time, and supposedly it would be in Hawaii. Which, if they can't get Alec Baldwin though,
yeah.
I mean, he's always punching people. They just got to get him in between fights on the streets. You know, they should have him fighting bums on the streets. That would be entertainment.
Well, who was Alec Baldwin in the original Beetlejuice?
He's the guy. He's one of the not the Dietzes. That's the names that I always forget. The Dietzes are the ones that move in. It's the dorks that lived there before. The ghosts, the ones that died.
Oh, he's one of the ghosts. Right.
He's the
like
model
Michael
maker.
Keaton was Beetlejuice.
Yes, Michael Keaton was a fantastic Beetlejuice, yes.
Will they be able to peel Winona Ryder off the ceiling for being so high for the last 30 years?
Well, if you watched her when she was receiving her Emmys, she looked completely out of her mind, but that's what I love about her. She is utterly insane.
Yeah. She's on Stranger Things, too, I think, isn't she?
They just actually film her like in her house, and they've basically built this whole fake show around her.
Is that right? Wow.
It's like an intervention. Nobody's told her.
Crazier things have been done. Stranger things have been done.
Stranger Things, yes. Well, she was just in a movie with Keanu Reeves called Destination Wedding that I did watch. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, that sounds really gross. I already have an upset stomach. And I didn't bring my bucket in here to the studio with me, so.
Well, you got that shake. I think that might help down a little.
Right.
You know, help it go down a little.
Very good.
Are you ready for the duel?
I am excited. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, don't fall off. I do have one thing to say, too. We will be making the Duel of the Fakes available at home. There's going to be a board game version that you can play a grand total of one time.
Wow.
And make sure that you check out fakingstarwars.net, because that will be available probably in time for Sithmas. So
excellent,
stay tuned.
Excellent.
Sorry, here we go. I don't know what magic you use to try and trick people. I'm just gonna say it the way I say it.
Go for it.
So the first possibly fake but maybe true story comes from the Hoosier State. Do you know what the Hoosier State is?
Well, I have to confess I have spent a good deal of time in the Hoosier State in the past. It's that state in between the armpit of Gary, Indiana on one side and the butthole of Cincinnati, Ohio on the other side, right?
I believe so. I believe that's exactly how it's described, actually.
I've heard property values are
that's
low
exactly
there,
what he
though.
says.
So if you're looking to buy a home, I've heard Indiana is the place to go.
Okay. Well, a local sign maker in the Hoosier State and prop builder has created a stormtrooper armor costume for a horse to wear as part of the 501st Stormtrooper Corps during themed parades in downtown Indianapolis. That's the first.
During what parade
fake.
was it?
Any of the different themes.
Oh, the
Halloween,
themed parade.
Sithmas.
Oh, okay.
He's very popular with the mayor. You know, he has like a little bit of an in with the mayor. The mayor's like a huge Star Wars fan. Huge.
Huh. Okay. That one sounds possible. I know that there are parades in Indianapolis. I've never been to one, but sounds like it could be.
There are parades. Yeah, I mean, people still do parades, right? I mean, I haven't done a parade in forever, but we have the boat parade over here, so that's pretty exciting. Because, we're like a peninsula.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the first possibly fake story.
So a horse trooper, basically.
Yeah.
Now, what are the rules here? I've actually never been clear on that. Can I actually search the internet while we're doing this or not? That seems against the rules.
You could if you're a giant puss.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'll rely only on my wits.
Yes. You'll only have what only what you take with you is what you have in this game.
I like it. Only what you take with you. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, if you snap your fingers and 17 different versions of Ray appear, that's on you, buddy. I don't know what they put in that shake.
That happens every night.
Well, I mean, I hope so. So next, are you ready for the next one?
I guess so. I'm still reeling about this horse trooper idea.
Okay. Just marinate on it a bit,
Yeah. Anyway, I'm ready. Go ahead. Hit me with number 2.
All right. So next, we take a step back to the production of The Force Awakens. When nerd aficionado and filmmaker Kevin Smith visited the set of The Force Awakens, the sight of the new First Order Stormtrooper armor brought him to tears.
That one sounds almost too familiar. It sounds like something I've heard, but it doesn't sound quite right. Like, I remember that he went into the Millennium Falcon. Like, I feel like that story was taken and twisted in some small way to trick me. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to hold off on that one for now.
Is that your final answer?
No, not yet. I got to hear the third one because, I know you guys really want to trip me up here, so I've got to use all my creativity.
This is true. We're very, evil people. Yeah, that's what we do. We try to hurt people all the time.
Well, that's why you have no friends and you have to record podcasts with me.
This is true. But I heard we just had 1,000 downloads. So
Yep.
I don't know. Like, if we were porn, webcam chicks, that would be sad. But for what we do, that's pretty impressive.
We are a narrow market, but the fans that are out there, tried and true. I mean, I can't tell you how many complaints I'd be getting that we've had a few weeks without an episode.
That's good. That means that they love us. They miss us. They want us. They need us.
Yep. All right, so Horse Trooper, what's his name? The director guy. Oh, come on. The big guy from Clerks, right? Kevin Smith.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith shedding a tear. Okay, at the new First Order armor. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's the third one?
The third one, the final story that could be true or it could be fake. When Princess Leia called Luke Skywalker too short for a stormtrooper in A New Hope, she was actually wrong. Mark Hamill is actually the same height as John Boyega, who plays Finn FN 2187, who, as you know, is a stormtrooper in the sequel trilogy, making Luke a fine height for a stormtrooper.
Wow, that's a doozy. So not only do I have to know the heights of both of them, but I have to know, Gosh, this is a lot harder than I thought. Why did I ever torture you guys with this every week? No wonder you have such low self-esteem.
Hey, speak for yourself, buddy. I'm gorgeous.
Yeah.
At least I look good.
So I got to pick the one that's
bright,
true,
but
right?
I look good.
I mean, that's the hard part. The real fake, right?
What's that?
I have to pick the fake, right?
That's correct. Correct.
The Horse Trooper, that sounds a little ridiculous. I've never seen too much in the way of like the 501 in Indiana in my time that I've been through there, and I just can't see somebody going to all the trouble to deck a horse out in stormtrooper gear, especially in Indiana, maybe in LA or New York or someplace like that.
Well, let me do what you always do to me.
Yeah.
And to us. I'm gonna remove one.
Okay. Good.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of one and tell you that it's a fake story.
Okay.
It's not a fake. It's a fake story.
The first one is fake, right? Okay.
The one that I'm gonna remove is the Kevin Smith one, because I do feel like you have heard that story because it's about The Force Awakens.
Right. So tell me again, was it when he saw the Millennium Falcon that he got a tear in his eye? Yeah.
That was when he... So I'm basically getting rid of the one that you already nailed. So now it's between the horse stormtrooper armor.
Right.
Or the too short to be a stormtrooper.
Well, see, now I think I have the upper hand, because if you had removed number 1, then I would have thought that you were faking me, like doing a double fake on number 2, and that it actually was true, and that my memory was bad, because I don't trust my memory. So I would have chosen 2 as the fake, but now I'm not so sure. The head games. I think I'm going to choose number... Gosh, how tall is Mark Hamill? Yeah, let's go ahead. Just because what the heck? Number 3, I think it's true. They're the same height. Why not?
Just throwing it out there, huh? Just
slinging spaghetti at the Death Star. I don't know.
All right. You are correct, sir.
Yo, look at me. I'm 1 for 1.
Yes, you are.
Is it right? Wow.
So it's actually true from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark Hamill actually debunked this 40-year-old mystery when he tweeted out that his vintage Kenner Luke Skywalker action figure is exactly the same size as the Kenner Stormtrooper action figure of the FN 2187.
Is that right? And how tall are they actually in real life, I wonder?
They are...
5'10", maybe?
In real life, they are... I will tell you in just a second.
Yeah, I used to know a guy who was borderline Asperger's or autistic. I mean, he was like Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's.
It's actually worse, but yeah.
Yeah, Asperger's sounds worse, but had like an Asperger with my personality disorders. But like he could tell you the age and the height of every single person on IMDb. Like, it was unbelievable. You just call him up and you'd be like, yeah, that's, Penelope Cruz. She's 5'9" and she was born in whatever time. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
So we need him on the show for now. So
I believe so, yeah. Although he'd probably get all the fake. He'd be killer at duel with fakes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely.
It was only height and age, though. Like, he didn't know anything else about anybody. So yeah,
that's what you need to know about all your celebrities. How old they are and how tall they are, in case you want to, like, I don't know, come up behind them and choke them out. I don't know why you would need that, or make a suit for them. Maybe you want to make a suit out of like Wookiee fur or something like that for them and give it to them, which would also creep them out. By the way, I'm pretty sure celebrities don't like it when you approach them and you give them things that you made out of other people.
Generally not. So it looks like Hamill is 5'9", and so is Boyega. Interesting.
Well, I'm going by the action figures because that is canon, and it's 3.832 inches and 3.802 inches. So he's actually a little taller than the Stormtrooper. So
okay. Adam Driver is 6'2". He's the same height as Storm Duper. So
I'm also 6'2".
Are you really? Oh, wow.
Yes, 6'2" connection here.
Yes, the forces have aligned. Carrie Fisher, interestingly enough, was only 5'1", which is almost small enough to be able to play an Ewok, but she was not in the correct union for that. So,
they're real strict about that, The
Ewok union, like the midgets who played the Ewoks. Can I say midget or not? They have a strict 4'9" and below clause in their union contract. So, yeah, she couldn't even.
Well,
do it for free.
So you got that. You got that right. You got the Stormtrooper height right, and I got rid of the Kevin Smith thing. So do you want to hear about the thing that goes down over there in the Hoosier State?
I'd love to. Absolutely. Is there something it's loosely related to or something?
There is, as a matter of fact. I found this one, and I was very excited. This is the whole thing that started this. I found this, and I said, we need to do this for you.
Brilliant.
So this is actually a guy in Indiana. And I'm going to give him a plug because I think what he does is fantastic.
Sure.
He makes AT-AT armor for horses.
No, that's amazing.
Yes.
Wow. Where can we find this guy? I mean, is he online on Twitter?
Yeah, he is. I found him on Facebook actually, but his website is called mikestinyshop.com. duelofthefakes.com.
Wow.
And I was thinking at some point we might even try to get him on the podcast if possible, because
absolutely. I'm
he does really amazing work.
Absolutely. So he does. I mean, he's been doing this just for. Is it Martinsville, Indiana? You know, Martinsville, Indiana is in between Bloomington and Indianapolis, kind of down south there. Not a lot going on in Martinsville, Indiana, so I can see how he developed his interests. So that is brilliant. Yeah, I have seen those dog costumes. I mean, talking about merchandise, like the things you can buy for Christmas that you can put on your dog that make it look like an AT-AT, or like for Halloween or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But never for horses. That's been a species that's been prejudiced against up until now. So thank you, Mike. And I see on the front page here he's got some other kinds of movie related masks and things he's made and all kinds of stuff. So
absolutely,
Mike, if you're out there and if you're a listener, thanks for being part of a Duel of the Fake unwittingly. Yeah,
he didn't know about it yet, so I'll be letting him know though now.
Great. And my first victory, I'm batting 1,000, which is a first in Duel of the Fakes lore. So it's never been done.
Ah, okay.
Great.
Not by me, that's for sure.
I think you're doing better than IG, though. I mean, you tend to sniff him out a little bit better than IG. He's a little too trusting, I think.
Well, he's always, he's out assassinating people. I have a lot more free time on my hands.
His mind's occupied, Yeah. All right, great. Well, thanks for a fantastic edition, and we look forward to many more. I think that, basically... Duel of the Fakes has become our staple segment on the podcast, but if you have ideas for other ones, please let us know. There's all kinds of games that we're looking to add, so this is all about you, the listener.
I have to tell you, somebody tried to steal Duel of the Fakes from us.
Really?
And it is a podcast that I enjoy listening to very much, and they are also hurting because they are a little tired of their bit that they do at the end. So they were reaching out to listeners and asking them for help on what they might do at the end. And somebody came up with 2 truths and a lie. And I went, wait a minute, where have I heard this before?
Now wait, where was it you heard this?
It's a podcast that I enjoy very much called More Gooder Than.
Oh, More Gooder
Than.
Their
grammar is fantastic.
Yeah, More Gooder Than's a good podcast. They don't do just Star Wars though, right? I mean, they do all kinds of stuff.
No, this wasn't Star Wars. So I mean, like again, it was two truths and a lie, and I don't think they're going to end up using that bit, but it was funny to me because it's Duel of the Fakes, but Duel of the Fakes is it's our thing, and we do it better than anybody.
Yeah, it's been patented many times over, so.
Yeah, right, we don't want to get our space lawyers on them. They're vicious. They're horrible people.
They will tear you limb from limb. So
yes, and they always have the high ground.
That's right. That's right. Oh gosh, yes. There's always a bigger one too. So, all right. Teeb, our sponsor this week is Mandalore the Stylish. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Of course. Mandalore the Stylish is one of the finest crafters of Mandalorian armor in the Outer Rim territories, and they have reinvented Mandalorian basics.
Mandalorian basics, wow. Mandalore the Stylish's Mandalorian armor is not only stylish, but also comfortable, durable, and most importantly, antimicrobial, which means you won't get all smelly while bounty hunting and assassinating.
They actually utilize clever design, exceptional fabrics and metals, and easy shopping. It's easy shopping using their website. It's simple to remember. It's MandaloreTheStylish.com.
MandaloreTheStylish.com. And it couldn't be easier, you just log in on there and you can see their whole inventory. So it is super simple. Actually, I just bought, using their website, a classic Crusader armor for my niece for Christmas. Oh, wait. Actually, she listens to this podcast. Oh, dear.
Can you just, edit that out? So she won't be ruined? The surprise won't be ruined?
Yeah, I'll do it in post if I have time. But, anyway, shopping on this site is a breeze, and they offer a money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied with your Mandalorian purchase.
Aside from armor, they also offer underwear, socks, T-visor helmets, and much, much more. I personally am wearing a Mandalorian thong, and it is very nice and silky. And they use the finest Gungan silk. Did you know that, Duper?
I did not, Teeb. The finest Gungan silk. I'm going to have to probably throw out my whole collection of thongs and replace them with Mandalorian ones for Christmas. If you order now from MandaloreTheStylish.com and use promo code GOOBER, that's GOOBER, you can get 10% off. Once again, use promo code GOOBER when you check out to get 10% off your order.
And if you spend over 1,000 credits, you get a complimentary Mandalorian mood ring.
What colors does that turn?
Brownish green? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. The Mandalorian armor is fairly colorful, but it's actually kind of muted in its colors. Like, there's no super bright oranges or reds or anything like that. I guess there are some reds, but...
Well, Sabine Wren, again, she has really colorful armor.
Oh, so. That's true. Right. Well, if you include all that, yeah, I guess you can find anything then. Can't
all that nonsense.
Right.
Dave Filoni.
Boba Fett was the only Mandalore in my heart. So,
yes,
great. Well, very nice, and thanks for being our sponsor. Go on over there and pick up yourself some lovely, lovely sartorial purchases for your wardrobe, and on with the show.
Mandalore the Stylish.
Mandalore the Stylish. Yeah, I think they need to work on their jingle. Yeah.
They get what they pay for.
Although if they could employ your skills to record a real professional version, I'm sure. So this next bit is a new bit that we're doing here for the first time, and basically, Teeb, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss a leak in the Star Wars canon universe, and then we're going to run it through our Fake-O-Meter. Now, have you ever heard of what the Fake-O-Meter does?
No, but if you give me a little bit of... What is it?
Well, in this world with so many opinions and information overload, from the overlords of the galaxy, because of so much information overload, it can be very difficult to discern whether something is fake or true. We run into this problem all the time on Reddit, where we're posting these amazing true leaks, and people think just because it's coming from Faking Star Wars that they aren't true. Well, we realized this is a real problem and causing people a lot of consternation, so we invented the Fake-O-Meter. It's a machine that you just plug into the wall, and you shove your fake or non-fake leaks into the Fake-O-Meter, and it has a few algorithms that it runs and spits back a result to let you know how fake this potential leak or news is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
just plug it into the wall?
Yeah, it works great. It's a proprietary software.
Can we use it on
Congress? Mac or Windows.
Can we use it on Congress?
Ooh. Well, then, I mean, the Fake-O-Meter has a threshold, and it doesn't go beyond that, so we'd have to redo our whole algorithm there, I think.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to blow it up the first time you use it. That's true.
Right. We wouldn't want to blow it all in one go, so... Well, this leak is about Cyber Monday. Did you do any cyber shopping last week after Turkey Day?
No, I did a lot of sleeping.
Okay, well, this juicy info, it relates to Cyber Monday, and it's totally free, and you're going to be scratching your head or your money back, because this is a leak so bizarre, it may just be true. This is why we need the machine. So take a break from doing all your online shopping and pick up on this latest leak. Okay? Now, before I share this, I must let you know that this may actually be the plot of Episode 9. So before you read this, and get excited, before you listen to this, you're going to have to make sure that you really want to know, because it could actually be the whole plot. Are you ready for that, Teeb, or would you kill me if I was right?
So basically what you're saying is this is a spoiler alert.
Well, it could be a spoiler, but see, you can only do a spoiler alert if you know it's a spoiler. In this case, it's a potential spoiler alert. So let's
I'm
go
ready.
on and see what the Fake-O-Meter says.
Okay.
So basically it says that Rey is made of force-sensitive clay. Yeah.
Okay.
Emperor Sheev Palpatine researched this force clay as a way to try to achieve immortality, bringing people back from the dead, etc., etc. So when you make people with this clay plus the force, they can be brought back from the dead. And he couldn't actually figure it out, perfectly. And so his first idea was to wake up the clay, and it caused tremors in the force with mass murder and sacrifice. And so that's why he had, such an obsession with like super weapons. Like that's why they built 2 Death Stars. That's why they did all this, because he was trying to like, I guess, create a tremor in the force so that he could make the clay.
With the clay, like Play-Doh, like force Play-Doh.
Basically, yeah. This is Resurrection Play-Doh.
Resurrection Play-Doh. Okay.
Yeah. And so this is sort of, I guess, his plan and the reason why he destroyed many planets, in the original trilogy. But then I guess somehow in between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, things backfired, and this led to the creation of Rey and Snoke.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Rey and Snoke are molded from the same clay, force-sensitive clay.
Yeah, like they're kind of love children, I guess.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. So I guess it's assumed like that Rey is Luke's force child, but Snoke is also?
That would explain why Rey has such daddy issues.
It would. So yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more here, but the basic idea is that, and then going on, the leak says that Kylo is attempting to resurrect Vader, of course. Rey got on Jakku under the protection of Lor San Tekka, and she accidentally killed her parents out of anger when they left her there. So, you have heard that possible leak that Rey killed her parents. Well, this one, confirms that as well. So
interesting. And
then I guess Rey and Kylo manages to resurrect Vader, but Vader, did I say Raider? Raiders of the Lost movie. Vader then resurrects Padme. And so it just becomes like this kind of ridiculous Russian doll situation.
To me, it sounds more like Clash of the Titans.
Interesting.
Where the gods create the clay people.
Well, let's plug it into the Fake-O-Meter and see what we get, because both you and I are biased, so...
That's true. I'm very biased.
Okay, the Fake-O-Meter has spoken. Teeb, what do you think it's going to tell us?
It's completely true.
It says that this leak is ridiculous. Oh, I see
ridiculous.
What they did there. Yeah. So very implausible, not likely to be true, I guess. So better luck next time.
I was really looking forward to that. I wanted to see a clay Padme.
Yeah, that just seems a little bit strange. I mean, we've never heard of magical clay in Star Wars before, and to bring that in the last episode seems a bit weird. I don't know.
I could totally see J.J. Abrams doing something like that, though.
Yeah, he did kind of with Lost, right? He went back to nothing, like started from scratch, like with these two the white and black guy, right?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so... Well, we'll see. We'll have to wait another entire year, so that's why this bit is probably going to become a fairly regular staple on the show, because we'll have a lot of fakes to discuss.
Absolutely.
So, great. All right. Well, I'll put the Fake-O-Meter away. You know, it gets a little hot if it's left out in the sunlight for too long, so...
Yes. Patent pending.
Yeah. And we're back. Teeb had to rush out of the studio because some Jawas had actually broken down his car and lifted it and taken off the hubcaps. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But with me in the studio now is none other than the assassin droid IG-69. IG, it's great to have you back. How are you?
Good to be back, Storm Duper. How are things? Yeah.
We're ready for Life Day here at FakingStarWars.net. We're prepared for our great celebration this year. How do you like to celebrate it?
Personally, I like to climb into a treehouse and make Wookiee sounds for a couple hours.
Ooh, that's a spectacle to behold. Well, IG, we have a poll to go over. Now, you are aware that around the holiday season, there are a lot of new movies that hit the cinema. You actually do leave your dungeon every once in a while to go out into society, right?
We'll go with theoretically sure.
Okay, well, there are a lot of movies coming out in the next year that are highly anticipated. And Willie Bobo from Faking Star Wars, you can follow him on Twitter at Faking Star Wars. He put up a poll that says, which film trailer are you most excited for? And the choices are the Frozen 2 trailer, teaser I guess it is, it's not a full trailer, the Episode 9 teaser, Avengers 4, and Spaceballs 2, The Schwartz Awakens.
Ooh.
So, yeah, some good choices. Did you see Frozen?
I did see Frozen, yes.
I've never seen it. I've only heard people talk about it. Now, how does that fit into Star Wars canon? Is that sort of what happened to Han Solo in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi?
No, it's actually a story about Princess Leia's stepmother.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, Frozen 2 seems like it's highly anticipated. Which one do you think people are most excited about?
I'm going to be probably Frozen 2, though I was wondering about the Spaceballs trailer there. Isn't it Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money?
Well, that's what they said. It's been retitled, you know how Hollywood is, with the Schwartz Awakens, The Search for More Money.
I get it.
Yeah. Actually, it's a very close call between, and we have a lot of votes here too. So it's not like we're talking about 3 people. There's actually been dozens
at least
of
5
votes. Yeah, it's only been up for about a day. There's been a lot of votes. I think over 50. So this is statistically significant data that we're dealing with. With 34%, just by a Gungan hair, is Spaceballs 2. And then Episode 9 with 33%, Avengers 4, and then in lowly last place is the Frozen 2 teaser. No love for Elsa.
I think we were hitting a specific demographic here.
Well, it's possible, but Willie Bobo is followed by all kinds of people. So it's hard to say.
Mostly government operatives.
Yes. So there you go. Time for some great reflection on those poll results. And if you have any ideas for other polls, please hit me up at Duper Storm or Willie Bobo at Faking Star Wars, and we'll ask your questions to the Twitterverse. Galactic Faking News. Well, IG, you know what that sound is. It's time for Galactic Faking News.
The galaxy's premier source of fake news.
Yes, absolutely. This week, our source comes to us from FakingStarWars.net, actually. This is an article written by one of our contributors, LinkVox1,000,000. And the title of this article is that Dominic Moynihan reveals his Star Wars Episode 9 character. Do you know who Dominic Moynihan is?
Let's just say I don't.
Okay.
So we can explain to the listeners.
Well, he was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I believe he played Pippin, if you recall. And he was also in this television show that you may have heard, a very obscure show called Lost.
You lost me.
Yes. So he's been one of J.J. Abrams' favorites for a while, and so it's not a surprise that he's going to be in Star Wars Episode 9. But up to now, we don't really have any idea who he's going to be playing. And this character has been securely stuffed into JJ's mystery box. But now, the former Hobbit has finally taken to social media to reveal his character in the final entry of the Skywalker saga.
Is it a Jawa?
It's close. It's not a Jawa, but Dominic Moynihan, actually, his Twitter is Dom's Wild Things, by the way, which is a terrible Twitter handle. But his Twitter handle, he tweeted, Baby Chewie goes camping. And it's a picture of him in a zip-up hoodie, like in the style of Chewbacca, with a bandolier and everything. And fortunately, Faking Star Wars UK was able to sit down with him at a vegan pub in Yorkshire to get some elaboration on what this cryptic tweet might have meant. Would you like to hear what he had to say, IG?
Oh, I'm waiting with bated breath.
Well, he said that he's playing a Wookiee in Star Wars Episode 9. But not just any Wookiee, but a pygmy Wookiee. I kid you not, I will be portraying Chewbacca's son Lumpy, and I will be speaking. Apparently, I will be the only Wookiee who can speak Galactic Basic. I gotta tell you, mate, I'm bloody stoked for the release, and everyone can see me as a Wookiee, not just wearing a furry zippy.
So he's going to be Lumpy, and somewhere between the holiday special and now, he's learned Galactic Basic.
That's right. Even though, according to most canon, Wookiees lack the anatomical features necessary to produce Basic, he has somehow been able to figure it out.
Cosmetic surgery?
Gift of gab? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he finally fell off that railing and hit his head and just woke up speaking it perfectly.
I mean, I have heard of cases of people having strokes and waking up only able to speak in a Chinese accent, so it makes sense, I guess, if you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, well, stranger things have happened. But wait, so he's playing a short Wookiee, so...
Yeah, a pygmy.
Like, Lumpy would be fully grown at this point.
Well, maybe it's sort of like a Benjamin Button situation, where they grow backwards.
But he was already small.
Oh, well, yeah.
Then he'd be itchy.
Okay, well, maybe that's the point. Maybe he's gonna transmute his consciousness into Itchy as part of the climactic final scene. Which would be weird and awesome.
It really would be.
So, thinking about the merchandising for Dominic Moynihan's character, Lumpy, with that bandolier zip-up sweatshirt, would you go out in public with a hoodie like that?
I don't think I would.
No? I think it would suit you. It would soften your kind of profile a bit.
I'm hairy enough that I don't need the hoodie.
You can
just the bandolier.
We could shave the Death Star into your back hair. Is that what you're saying, IG?
Absolutely.
Wow. The thought of that just makes me feel like there's acid in the back of my mouth.
Yeah, well, I've already got Alderaan shaved on my butt, so...
It really?
Works.
Okay. Family show, IG. Family show. No mention of shaving allowed. Great. Well, anyway, that's Galactic Faking News for you, and we'll see you with another edition of that soon. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Come on down to Crazy Larry's Darkside Emporium for our Black Sith Day extravaganza. Get ready to force choke your way to savings you would murder your own younglings for. For one day only, get up to half off selected lightsabers, black robes, dark thrones, vials of Gungan tears, and so much more. So don't delay. Come and experience the amazing deals of Moraband's premier dealer in all things Sith. Enter our Black Sith Day Madness raffle for a chance to win a romantic getaway for two aboard the fabulous new Death Star orbiting Endor. So come on down, and remember, at Crazy Larry's, we are always armed and fully operational.
Crazy Larry! Well, here we are, IG, and the theme for this episode, thinking about merchandising, we've talked a little bit about Spaceballs. There's that famous scene in Spaceballs where You see the Spaceballs, the movie, Spaceballs toilet paper. And of course, George Lucas himself, the maker, is famous for the way that he merchandised Star Wars. He set new trends and basically created entire industries. Thinking about your favorite merchandise for Star Wars growing up, like, is there one specific thing that you can point to that was like your favorite Star Wars item of merchandise?
Well, like I didn't get a lot of Star Wars toys and stuff. When I was a kid, my friends had it, and
little robotic
IG
never got Christmas presents.
I had the Star Wars bed sheets and a couple action figures.
Okay.
But my friend had the full AT-AT walker that opened
size.
up, and you could. It was amazing.
I think that was a carrier.
When I went over to my friend's house, it was my favorite toy to play with. It was so good.
Wasn't that the one where you could actually store your other figures inside it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I knew one person that had that.
It was amazing, and you could walk it around, and you could use it as a big battle station, and
that's cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, I mean, I don't want to go the route of figurines because that's too easy. I mean, I'm a little bit more classy. I'm not going to just mention a Star Wars figurine like some co-hosts might do. But I would say for me, the thing that I remember most about like Star Wars merchandise growing up that made an impact on me was my Star Wars underwear.
Oh yeah, they did. They had it on a lot of clothes. That's how I said I had the Star Wars bed sheets.
Yeah. Well, it was very memorable because, as a young, innocent stormtrooper, I didn't realize that the print of, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker raging a lightsaber battle on my underwear, I didn't realize that when I was playing baseball and those white pants that were so sheer, I didn't realize that it was so see-through. So I suffered through a lot of taunts and bullying on my first baseball game when I wore the wrong pair of underwear with my baseball shorts. So,
wait a minute, that was like a month ago. Are you still wearing that same underwear?
Look, we did say in the past. I didn't specify how recently.
Well, the merchandising of movies was so popular throughout the 70s and 80s. Like, you don't see a lot of movie toys now.
Not as much. I mean, they are made, but I don't think they're played with as prolifically. For one thing, there's more variety of garbage out there. And the other thing is I think kids' interests have changed.
Maybe. Like, you remember when the prequels came out, all the stores were filled with all of the various Star Wars memorabilia that you could buy. But but even other movies like RoboCop, you could get RoboCop action figures. You could get just almost anything. But now, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't hit the toy section very much anymore. But I don't recall seeing any movie. Like, you don't see like the Fifth Element toys or things like that.
It's hard because adults still play with them, and so the stores are different. Like, I was in a Think Geek over the weekend, and that's like a store in the mall. That a retailer that now they have all kinds of stuff for Stranger Things. You can buy a R2D2 French press coffee maker, which everyone needs in their home. So yeah, I mean, there is that product line out there for all these movies, but I think that sometimes the big box stores just get sort of the basic stuff that's coming in, basically around the releases of movies. But if you want more specialized things, you have to go to the internet.
And yeah, I've noticed like the Star Wars things got a lot of adult themed on the merchandising, like the Star Wars ice cube maker, the Death Star ice cubes.
Yes. Party platters,
or the, barbecues.
Yeah, all that kind of thing. Even for
cans.
parents, like a paddle for your kids to spank them when they're annoying you while you're watching Star Wars, all kinds of things like that. So,
I thought, but you don't. You have that paddle, and you don't even have kids.
Well, let's not go there.
All right.
Yeah. So So Star Wars merchandise, I mean, I had a lot of the figurines. I think I probably had over 200 different ones. I don't know how many there were total, but I had some of the rare ones like Greedo, Boba Fett. I even sent away for Anakin. You know, they had that first version of Anakin, and he was like in rags. Like, it was really strange. Like, you said you had to send away for him with like 6 UPC symbols from other figures that you had purchased, and then they sent you this other one, and it was a version of him that you never see in the movies. Like, he's almost like a zombie. Or like a mummy, I guess is a better word. But so yeah, that was really, really interesting character to have. What are some of the more bizarre instantiations of Star Wars merchandise that you've seen, that you've looked at? I mean, people spend their whole lives collecting this stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, like, bizarre, I don't know. I've seen a lot of different things, like little USB drives shaped like a Star Wars figure, or
like that Yoda one?
Appliances. Yeah, I have an R2D2 USB.
Do you really? Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
But yeah, there's just a lot of things that they kind of just tack some sort of Star Wars something on, and
it's not
just really everything.
So
like home appliances and stuff.
So the home appliance stuff, I have cheese plates. I had a remote control shaped like a lightsaber. That was a lot of fun. I would say that the strangest thing that I have, it's not really that strange, but it's just kind of, it's like, who wanted this? Apparently I did, because I bought them. They're actually Star Wars cufflinks.
When would you wear that?
Well, see, that's the thing, is because if you're going to wear cufflinks, it's going to be to try to impress a lady, right?
I don't think ladies are impressed by cufflinks. Like, you would wear that with like a tuxedo at a fancy banquet or something.
Right, but you're still trying to impress and, wheel and deal maybe. So yeah, tuxedo or a fancy shirt for a date or an interview maybe even. And so they're not really very useful. I used to wear them just for fun. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just that there's so many opportunities and the stuff is so cheap to make that they're not going to stop until every single thing you would ever need is Star Wars.
Well, I think there's always a market for it. I mean,
like,
people who love Star Wars buy Star Wars stuff.
I even want to invest in like a company that does like Star Wars pharmaceuticals. So, like, if you have some heart medicine or blood pressure medicine, when you buy it, it could actually come, like, in the shape of an X-Wing or something that might give you, like, that little extra kick you need on the road to recovery from your illness.
Do you remember when we were kids, you could get those chewable vitamins?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm pretty sure they had Star Wars chewable vitamins.
Yes. Now they have them with Ritalin included.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And later on, I've heard that they're going to start releasing a version that has opiates for people in the Midwest as well. As you know, that crisis is still going on. So it's a good opportunity to cash in on an industry that up to now has been, just funding the pockets of drug lords.
Well, I think we definitely need a Princess Leia-themed Coke mirror and razor blade.
I think that one already exists, actually. Well, if you have some, oh man, we are going to be bombed out of existence with that one. But I just don't have the strength to edit that out.
Just like the Resistance.
Yep. Well, if you have any other ideas for some bizarre merchandising, or you'd like to write in with your favorite example of Star Wars merchandise, you can get to me at Duper Storm, or text Willy Bobo at Faking Star Wars on Twitter. Boy, IG, you have just outdone yourself with that one.
Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I think she's rolling over in her grave.
Did you see, like, in the holiday special, did you see her Coke nail?
Oh, my gosh.
Red Letter Media actually did a freeze frame on it, and it was so good. It was
really? Oh, that's terrible.
God.
Yeah.
Like you don't notice it, but they like like when she's doing the song for Life Day, she's got her arm around someone's shoulder or something, and like they go in and one of her nails is just 3 times longer than the other one.
Oh no! Now is it possible that they changed it in Photoshop?
No, there was no Photoshop on the holiday special.
No, I meant the Red Letter Media. Did they like zoom in?
No. This was legit.
Totally legit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
If you really pay attention to it, like remember that they were in between movies and stuff at that point. That was just them basically coming in, throwing on the costume, and doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
If it had been a movie, that she obviously would have cut that. But
Makes
it's just
sense.
like she's coming in for a 1-day shoot at a TV studio. So
Okay.
they didn't really modify themselves or pay attention to it. And it's pretty subtle because she's not. It's not like there's no close up of it. You have to zoom, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's really obvious.
Faking Star Wars listener mail.
That sound means it's time for listener mail. IG, are you ready to
Sure.
take some questions from our listening audience? Now, what would you do if somebody asked you a question that was just plain stupid? How would you respond to them if like you were in person with them?
Well, I'd probably belittle them, maybe try and lower their self-esteem, let them know just what an idiot they are.
Okay, good. Well, get ready, because this question comes to us from Darth V Tatooine, who writes, if you could drive a pod racer or a cloud car, which would you choose? What do you think, IG? Drive a pod racer or a cloud car?
Well, this is a stupid question. I mean, a pod racer hovers like, a few feet off the ground?
Yeah.
And a cloud racer can not only hover a few feet off the ground, but can also fly through the clouds and go faster.
Presumably interstellar, right? I mean, a cloud racer, I'm sure, has a light
Oh,
speed
yes, and
drive.
can go into space.
Yeah.
So I would definitely then choose the pod racer because it's the crappier vehicle.
Sure. And we are addicted to mediocrity here on the podcast.
Yes. And definitely I would want to live out all my fantasies of being a young Anakin Skywalker.
Great. Well, we have another question. This one comes to us through our Discord chat. Are you familiar with Discord?
I am, yes.
Yeah, so if you want, you can get on our website, fakingstarwars.net, and you can actually join our Discord chat free of charge. And we are on there. Someone is on there almost 24 hours a day. It's a great way to talk to other fakers and figure out, just where your place is in the galaxy. So, and one of those Discord users, Bamboozle-8, writes us, do you like Towntowns? Do you like Towntowns? I think he's trying to say something else. Yeah. Do you like
lilac or?
I don't know. Do you lilac Tauntauns? I mean, I guess if Tauntaun is having a wedding.
Do you lick Tauntauns?
Oh, do you lick them? Well, I thought they would do the licking.
Yeah, well, I am a semi-professional Tauntaun licker.
Yes, that should be an Olympic event in Star Wars Olympics. Yes. Speaking of merchandising Star Wars in ridiculous ways, what is a Tauntaun tongue like? I mean, how did they do that in the movies? Was it? I'm trying to remember if they had a tongue. I guess it did, right?
It did, yes. Remember, it sort of flops out when Han kills his Tauntaun.
Oh, right. When it freezes to death, it's sort of just lying there for right. That's right. Ooh, what a horrible thought. So yes, I guess. Do you like Tauntauns? Bamboozle-8. I'm not sure where this question's coming from in what you really want to get at. Do we like them in the biblical sense, or if we like them as an addition to Star Wars? I always enjoyed them. I thought they were cool beasts because if you think about it, they're actually the first friendly beast in Star Wars that people use for getting their jobs done. Because in A New Hope, you have the Oh, I can never remember the name of them. What are
the dewbacks?
The dewbacks. You have the dewbacks that the stormtroopers ride, but you don't have any nice animals for the rebels to use. And so the Tauntauns are sort of their first good animal that they get to use.
Yeah, I thought the design was really good, and they were like interesting creatures. It really worked well with Hoth. So I mean, sure, I like Tauntauns. They were a really nice addition to the movie.
Now, I had a Tauntaun, but there were different versions that they brought out that you could use with figurines, depending on... And I think the earliest version of the Tauntaun did not have the little kangaroo pouch. Like where you could stuff your dead bodies in.
Oh, that wasn't a kangaroo pouch. They actually just cut the Tauntaun open.
Huh. But like the vintage figurine had like a little trap door in it.
The figurines had a pouch where you could put another smaller figurine.
Yes, you could stuff like your Luke Skywalker figurine into the belly of this plastic Tauntaun. Yeah, the things you didn't know.
Yes, I never had a Tauntaun figurine, so wow, that's actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was cool. So, some of them are selling on eBay for over $50. But like I said, I think it's that the first one did not have the pouch, and then they came out later with the trapdoor design, and that was the one that I had.
Wow, that's still creepy. It's like you too can stuff your action figure into the dead body of a Tauntaun.
You know what? I'm actually remembering it wrong. That actually had a trapdoor in the top of it. So, like, you actually put the guy into the back of the Tauntaun.
Oh, so it looks like he's riding the Tauntaun.
Kind of, yeah, but, like, both his legs, so he's just kind of standing on his guts.
That's... okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a poor design choice there. I mean, just make a saddle.
They definitely have come a long way with those kind of designs. If you get online and look at them now, you'll be absolutely amazed at the detail and stuff, so...
But wait, Star Wars figurines didn't have the lower limb articulation like a G.I. Joe did. They were the legs were all one piece, right?
Yeah, and I think the arms were too.
Oh yeah. I think you could move them up and down, but you couldn't bend them.
No, they didn't have elbows. In a galaxy far, far away, there are no elbows.
Yeah, which is amazing since those things came out at the same time as G.I. Joes. So.
Yeah, the G.I. Joes had those little screws, I guess, wherever they produced them. And as I recall, they were a little bit more expensive, too. Did you have G.I. Joes?
Oh, loads.
Oh, really?
That's with the AT walkers, we used to play like G.I. Joes versus Star Wars.
Well, who would always win?
It depends.
It depends, yeah. 'Cause I had the G.I. Joes, and then there were the Transformers, of course, that came later. I mean, and they never integrated. Like, it was always really important to me that they all played in their own separate little universes.
You're always pro segregation, so
absolutely, 1,000,000%. At least when it came to trivial merchandised toys from mediocre sci-fi movies. So. I'm not saying Star Wars is mediocre, folks. I'm talking about the other movies, just so I don't get a bunch of hate tweets. But, all right. Well, that's all for this week on listener mail. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can message me at Duperstorm or Willy Bobo at Faking Star Wars, and we'd love to respond to your questions. Well, that's all for this week. IG, tell the listeners where they can find us.
You can follow Faking Star Wars on Twitter and Instagram at Faking Star Wars and on Facebook at facebook.com/RealFakingStarWars.
We also have a Patreon, which there are a bunch of gifts available even at the $1 level. So what a great gift for yourself or for someone else around this time of year. Buy them a year-long subscription to help make this podcast happen. Like I said, you can start at the $1 level, moving all the way up to some gifts that you probably can't afford. If you want to submit a question for us on Twitter, use the hashtag FSWRadio and we'll read it on the next episode. You can also get official Faking Star Wars t-shirts and other fantastic gear on tpublic.com/user/Faking Star Wars. You can also get to that site from our website, fakingstarwars.net. And if you'd like to, you can follow me on Twitter at Duperstorm.
And of course, you can follow me in your dreams.
Make sure to follow FSW Radio on Twitter as well. And if you like what you hear and you'd like to support us, please keep listening and share this podcast with your friends. If you're on iTunes or another platform, leave us a 5-star review and mention Goober. If you do that, we'll be sure to give you a thank you on the air. As always, stay tuned to FakingStarWars.net for quality Star Wars comedy, parody, and satire. And thanks to you, all our followers, for listening. May the foe be with you. See you next time.